और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी सबकी अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to this show called Business Opportunity Over Chai. This show is managed by the team of Franchise India, and we bring on every day a new business opportunity for you. We are here for the brand launch of the brand called Shrishti International School. We are inviting franchisee partners for Rajasthan and Gujarat. So let's become an entrepreneur. On the panel, we have Abhishek ji, he's the director of Shrishti Education. We have Mr. Raghav, he is also Shrishti Education. We have Mr. Gaurav Arora, AVP Franchise India Corp team. We have Aditya on the panel. So I would like to welcome all of you on this show. I also like to welcome the investors who all have joined with us. A very warm welcome all of you once again. Now, before we move ahead towards the webinar, I would like to introduce with the Q&A facilities. If you have any questions in between the webinar, you can put in the Q&A box and all your queries will be answered live during the webinar. So now let's move on. I would request Abhishek ji to introduce us with Shrishti Education in a better way. So Abhishek ji, to you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and discussing and showcasing what Shrishti is. Shrishti, we've been into school education for almost 17 years now. We started a journey way back in 2005 and have grown after that and been working on it. So Shrishti brand has been actively, and it's run between me and Ankur, my wife. We're taking care of it, and now Raghav has joined the whole business. So it's a pleasure to welcome all and showcase what we bring to the table in terms of education. So Raghav, can you share the PPT, please? Next. Yeah, so before not talking much on Shrishti, because that will be in due course of time that we'll be keep sharing. So just first of all, I think most important is to share why we are talking, why are we here today? So we're talking about an industry which is growing very, very, very fast. There were some lull during the COVID time, but now the industry is growing many folds. And this is the right time to be part of the education industry. This is one of the fastest growing industry, all thanks to a lot of factors accumulating to that. One is urbanization, the other is need for a quality education, need for branded curriculum. So all these factors are instrumental in growing this industry. And we see a huge shift of children to this particular industry because this is a specialized area. And when we talk about small children are very, very important. कुछ टाइम था पहले where parents used not to be very prominent, very careful about their early childhood. But now everyone is very, very careful about the development of children during the early years. So because of this, the importance of the early childhood has gained huge importance. And that's why this industry is there to stay and grow leaps and bounds. So right time to get into this industry and be part of this industry. So very quickly, I'll read out the factors that we have listed down. It's a growing market, as we've said. It's a hugely growing industry. Business cycles, it's quite inelastic to various changes that we have. So this is one industry that doesn't change much. And this is all low, there is a low cap to a preschool. So all those who want to get it in industry, try this industry, this is the best industry because the initial capex required is not very large. Yes, but the commitment to that capex is very large. So, so right understanding is very, very important. Yes, and it gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of we see a lot of ladies getting into this vertical. So for them, this gives you a very, very good balance between your work life and your personal and social life because you can balance both very easily and very effectively. Not much of government interference in terms of legality at this level. Yes, once you get into the K-12 segment, when you get into 10th and 11th and 12th, that is where a lot of government regulations come into effect, but not at this level. So this is still not usually in a government interfered industry. Huge industry, huge market and growing very rapidly. In fact, initially we saw tier 1 cities grow very large on preschool, but now we are seeing a gradual shift from tier 1 to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, which is taking these branded schools very seriously and coming forward for the growth. Okay, now coming back to why Shrishti. Shrishti has been into education for almost 17 years. So we have that kind of, we've seen the industry grow right in front of us. When we started way back, the acceptance of preschool in tier 2 and tier 3 cities was not very large. But over a period of time, we've seen the industry mature, need for quality education, need for standardized education system is there. And that is why we are here, and this is what we bring to the table. So we've been there. We have a huge resource. We have a huge team. And the best part about Shrishti is when we started with our own centers. A lot of brands, I don't want to compare, but a lot of brands, they are largely marketing brands. At Shrishti, we started with our own school. We ran these schools for 10 years ourselves, made it a profitable venture, made it a profitable proposition, and then we bring it to the floor. So we got that experience, we got those team, we have a team of close to 125 faculty members, principals that we bring to the floor, their knowledge, their experience. We are one of the very few preschools, especially in Rajasthan, which has its own R&D. We design our own content. We have our own teacher training cell because that's the heart of what Shrishti is. So this is in short what we bring to the table: very organized curriculum, very organized structure, and most importantly, a very strong handholding, because I think that is why people would take a franchise, because they need that kind of handholding. So since we do so many schools of our own, we have a huge team to handle anybody who wants to get into this industry. Next, please. Oh yeah, just me and Ankur sharing. I thought we bring in a lot of experience and want to share these experience with equal-minded people and grow the community at large, uh, and take forward what we have learned, what we have gained out of this industry, share it with you so that we can make a huge difference and a huge community within ourselves. Why Shrishti franchise is, as I told you, support is our biggest factor, because we are physically present in a lot of areas in Rajasthan. So with our cocoa centers, so first we worked on the cocoa centers, tried the waters ourselves, ran it for a few years, made it a profitable venture. And so we're giving it to you as a profitable, experimented, run venture, so that, and it comes with you to you fully experienced. So that is what we bring. In-house teacher training cell, that is very, very important, that we keep doing the teacher training, because gradual upgradation of quality is very important. Multiple income opportunities, where what we've done is, since we're doing our own schools, uh, all schools. So what we have devised a lot of programs. We have developed a lot of programs which can be done in sync with the main school. So your premises are there, which are there available 24 hours. So what we do beyond the school is also important. So we have a lot of program that we do beyond the school. So it also adds as a income vertical for everyone to look into. So from the same premise, the same team that runs the school, we can do multiple programs. So a lot of multiple income verticals. So our ROIs are very, very strong. Yeah, owned and managed by highly qualified. We are part of the Early Childhood Association of India. Have a huge think tank on the content and what are the new education systems coming into the industry. Keep upgrading ourselves also, and that is what we come and train all of you into. Yeah, SOPs are there for every single system, whether it's be commuting, whether it's academics, whether it's non-academic activities, so we have very standard operating procedures, and we share those standard operating procedures to all our business partners, so that they can run their centers effectively and efficiently. R&D is very strong. We keep doing R&D, upgrading ourselves to fit into the new system, new education scenario. Sense of ownership, as yes, very, very important, that anybody who's coming as partners to us, they have to have a sense of ownership, because we give you that, we train you and give you that kind of flexibility and identity to run your own centers. Oh yeah, long-term vision is, yes, to be amongst the best in education industry in this domain. And we are very reasonable on our franchise, on our financials, because we understand that together we have to make money. It's not that we want to make money out of you. Together we make money, and there's a huge industry, huge market to tap and make money for both of us. Next, please. A very small comparison into anybody who's wanting to get into there in school, and what benefit that they get out of taking a Shrishti franchise in comparison. So first is, yes, the time. Setup time is very, very important. We bring in so much of experience. We have the SOPs, we have the team in place, so we can work very fast on execution of the center to make up the center and to put it on the floor and put it in the market very, very fast. Brand, yes, there is a brand, so there is always a brand recall, a brand support. Parents feel very comfortable when they see multiple centers from the same brand being operated. So there is a sense of comfort and confidence that they have. Finance, yes, finance, because we work optimally on every aspect of setting up a school to running of a school. So I think we are more financially more conscious than anybody who are going to start upfront and first time. We are very, very financially low on that. Yes, yes, we've been trained. We've had our own classes. We've identified areas where we can cut our cost and make it a more profitable center. Training, yes, that's a very important factor. You know, training, gradual upgradation, constant training is something. So we do an offline training and we do online training. We have both the facilities in-house, and we have a wonderful training team. In fact, we have one of the most robust training team amongst the entire preschool branch. And we do training for a lot of people, a lot of top brands also. SOPs, yes, SOPs are there. They are there to so that we work efficiently and effectively around the clock. Yeah, hand holding is very strong. So because we understand that is what initial is required. So we do a lot of hand holding, very, very strong hand holding. All our designs, all our coverages, social media is well taken care. We have a professional agency who is working in it. So we every new center that is signed up, so we take that center solely and work on their marketing and coverage. So once we socially very strongly present, so that is where we generate our leads, our admission inquiries also. Vendors, as we rightly said, we have already tested vendors who are very price sensitive and quality sensitive, and we share those list with our business partners. Recruitment is very important. We do all the initial recruitment, and once we do the recruitment, we train them. So right people in the right place is very important. So we make sure that we do that. Yes. R&D is a constant effort. So we keep doing, upgrading ourselves. So that is very important. So this is what we bring to the table in comparison. There's a lot of support, a lot of so anybody who's partnering with us don't have to focus on the other aspect. They just have to focus on starting the center, looking after the people and growing the center. Rest, back end, everything we take care and we support them A to Z in every aspect of the center. Next, please. Yeah, our requirements, what a preschool. So we basically are talking about a preschool. Preschool, when we talk about, it's largely 4 classes, kindergarten, KG, kindergarten, nursery, KG and senior KG is what we talk about preschool. But we have a centers where we can support people to upgrade to primary also. We are running primary schools, secondary schools. So that is what we, but initially we're talking about preschool, and then we can gradually build on to the primary schools also. So most important for a preschool is where what is the place that we open the school. So we, in fact, we do a Reiki of the area. Wherever we are planning to open a center, our team goes there. We understand the socio-economic structure of the environment there, the neighborhood there, understand, and we do a Reiki to understand what are the schools, what are the fees. So we that helps us to make a wonderful marketing plan for us. So how to do maximum reach, that is important. So that's premise suitability is very important. So we work on that. Uh, the area required is 2,000 to 3,000 square feet carpet area, yes. And also with this, I'd like to add that number of rooms is equally important. Sometimes what happens, the area may be large, but the number of rooms may be less because of a lot of other open spaces. The minimum rooms that we require is basically 6 to start with. So 4 go into the classes, 1 into the admin room, and 1 into the activity center. So ideally, we suggest that there will be at least 6, more merrier, better, with a little open area which works as a play area. So that's the minimum requirement for starting a school. Largely, the preschools in India are working out of lease premises. So we work on the lease deeds. We have a legal team in place. They draft all the agreements. They do the validation. They do the all the legal requirements. We do it for our business partners. Infrastructure, hardware for conducting the classes. Yes, we have a list of the infrastructure and hardware that would be required to do the school. So we share those all those lists, all those details with our partners, and we see that everything is very meticulously designed and very attractively designed so that it appeals to everyone who walks in. Manpower is important. Manpower, we need a very committed and dedicated business partner. Rest we can take care. We do the recruitments and training, so rest we can take care. So largely our people are very locally recruited and locally trained. So someone we are looking for someone who is good and who works with us hand in hand, foot in foot, and take the center forward. Local licenses and permissions, our legal team will work along with the business partners to get all the licenses and permissions that are required. So that is our basic requirement. Not much to look into, but yes, but these are very, very critical factors. Next, please. Yes. So we do it when we say support is almost a 360-degree support, but to document it, we work on every aspect of the school, that is legal, management, marketing, outgoing, recruitment and training, the entire support in terms of running the center, pre-setting up the center and post-setup the center, counseling. Initial, we train all the people on counseling because that's the backbone of any organization. So we work on that. And we have academic and non-academic training, curriculum, every small aspect of the school is shared with the team. So that's our support system that we do. Next, please. Financials, as I told you, this capex for a preschool is not very, very large. It can be started with a small investment, but the returns are very large and it's a long-term return. So a typical setup of preschool would cost you approximately 8 to 10 lakh rupees, wherein the franchise fees is built in, where the material cost is built in, the entire infrastructure, everything is built in. So that is a ballpark figure of setting up the actual cost may vary little. It may come down by this or go up slightly depending on the quality of the premise that we get into. So if we have a good premise, then our investments go down drastically. But these are the ballpark figure. For a primary school, we look at 10 to 12 because number of classes go up. So with number of classes going up, the investment per class also goes up. So that is why the slight increase in the investment. But yes, but I think that's a very affordable investment in comparison to the returns that we get out of it. Next, please. Yeah. So basically, uh, these are the royalty factors that we charge. So largely we do not charge our business partners any felicitation or support fees for the first year and a half, because we understand that it takes some time to get into a break-even mode and to start realizing and making the center cost effective. So we work with you, along with you, and then once that is done, then we charge you an annual support fees of ₹1 lakh, which is very nominal, wherein we give you the entire training and content for academic and non-academic, everything. In fact, we supplement the entire theory content with digital content that we give you so that you can share it with the students. We have a lot of other technological benefits that we share with you so that it appeals to the new age parents and the new age students. So these is a very typical and very reasonable financials that we have in place so that it can be worked on a long term. Most important is the long relationship with the business partner. That's very, very, very important. Yeah, next, please. Yeah, this is a very flow chart typical of how we set up. First, we do the inquiry solicitation, we share the proposals, we have a small discussion, then we do the school visits, the premise visits, agreement signing, all collaterals that we start sharing with you. We also do the designing of the property. So if we get a shell, the entire shell of the premise, then we do the entire designing. We have a designing tie-up with a company. They do the entire designing of the property. So that is what we do, and then we do the marketing survey. We design a marketing plan and a launch plan, and then we finally launch the property. So that's a flow chart of how we go about doing things. Yes. Next, we have anything? Next, anything here, Raghav? Yeah, little advertisement. We are an ISO certified company. That was initially when we started way back. So we've been awards and excellence that we've received over our journey. So it's been a wonderful journey with a lot of recognitions, a lot of learning. We're still learning and still getting recognized for it. A little activity that we do data centers, preschool, the backbone is hands-on learning. So we do a lot of activities, a lot of learning through activities. So these are the few glimpses of what we do. Yes, as I told you that we supplement our primary main school with a lot of other programs where you can do a lot of income verticals from the same premise. So these are the few programs that we have designed in-house, and some program where we collaborate with trainers locally wherever the centers are there, so that we can bring all these activities to the school, and they complement with the school. So there is a complement that these activities do with the school. That's a little information that if you want to have, that's a little social media presence that we have. Yeah, anything? Vision, yeah. To create an interesting, stimulating and friendly environment where each individual can enjoy their education and feel safe, secure and valued. So the focus is very large on the skill, because now we understand that the children now going into the education is going to be more skill based rather than assessment based. So we work very large on the skill development of the child, and also the teachers. Huge work on that. That's on social media handles. You can go and have a look at that. That's so largely, I think thank you very much to patiently listening to little of what I have shared. There's so much to share with 17, 18 years of experience. We can keep going on talking, but I think very briefly we have shared what we wanted to do, and we are open to questions now if there are any.
So Abhishek ji, thank you so much for your detailed insight on what you do, how you do, where you're coming from, what do you want to achieve. But before we move on the question and answers, we wish that in case you can run a Excel on what kind of space is required, what kind of investment is required at the fit out, what is the franchise fees in a detailed, natural manner, and what is the kind of projections that we have with our experience to see for 5 years, and what kind of money can we make out of this association, because that's where we have a question from the audience as well, that what is the minimum investment required and how the ROI looks like, and what is the payback period, and what kind of multifold money that we can do with our initial investment that we do.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. Appreciate. Going back to the financials, the Excel is very custom made. So we've not done a very generic Excel on the ROI, because it's a very custom made, because every center or every city for that matter has a different socio-economic structure. So the Excel, I cannot compare the ROI of a Bombay with a Jaipur center, or a Jaipur with a C-tier center of Rajasthan. Say if I'm talking about Dudu. So Dudu ROI or an Excel sheet will be different from somebody who's sitting in Jaipur, because the paying capacity is different, the lease amounts are different, the cost of faculties are different. So what we do is basically when
we do have a sample Excel if you.
Yeah, please, you can share.
Yeah, so that would be helpful for the audience to at least understand that what is the possible capital that they should have while they are getting into a similar project. Great, I can see that.
Yeah, so this is Gaurav, this is just a thumb rule that we work on, but a lot of things are to be very custom made depending on the locality, because
it is a very, very personalized service, and it is always driven by the local people and the local preschools and the branded preschools prevailing in that market.
Correct.
However, that there has to be a broad line of the discussion that people should.
So this is what we bring.
So we can think sheet, because the capital cost is important for everyone to learn. Then we can have the ROI structure in place.
So this is the capital cost breakup. So this is the franchise fees, legal expenses. Why we have written as legal expenses? Because now with the new NEP 2022 coming in and being effective now, earlier preschool were considered as a community activities, and there was no cap, there was no legality on the affiliation. Now every preschool has to take affiliation, so that's why the legal expenses is there. Property makeup is there. So when we say property makeup, so it includes everything that is required to have the setup ready into the property. Paint, the furniture, the sound systems, and the toys. Everything is basically built into that. And so this is a very basic breakdown of the total investment
that we have calculated for this 12 lakh rupees of setup.
Sorry,
what is the size of the property that we need to do this 5 lakh rupees makeup?
So basically a preschool would require a setup which is around 2 to 3,000 square feet of area, which has at least 6 to 7 rooms. So this basically covers that particular area. Once we graduate to a primary, then the investment will slightly increase, because the number of rooms would increase. But this is a thumb rule that we work on.
Okay, great.
So this is a breakup of the cost and the revenue that you would generate from the premise.
Okay. So we are looking at salary in a tune of 40,000 rupees per month,
Yes,
and cost in a tune of 8,000, miscellaneous in a tune of 2,000, marketing promotion about 75 odd hundred. So total monthly is about 60 odd thousand rupees. Hence, we're looking at about 7 odd lakh rupees of expense
correct.
per annum basis in the
Correct.
first.
Yes, in the first year.
All right. And we're looking at 25 odd students to begin with in the first year.
Yeah, so we've very conservatively taken the numbers as 25. We have always, wherever we have started centers, we have done reasonably more than this figure. But to start, I think if we conservatively take our revenue, and then I think still we are a very profitable venture. So हमेशा 25 से ज्यादा ही बच्चे हम कर पाते हैं. In fact, our average has been almost 40 to 50 students wherever we have started the center.
So that's like an idealistic picture. This is the worst case, and the best case can be probably 100 in the first year.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, it's always better to take your revenues low and your cost high. That's how we look at business, because ज्यादा आएगा तो अच्छा ही है.
So, isme, Mr. Abhishek, I can't see that there is a rental cost added into your expense per month. So, assuming that the property is rental,
Yeah,
the
then the rental cost will come into place.
rental cost will come in. So,
Yeah, so this is taking into account, because rental cost में हम लोग है ना काफी चीजें, because rental cost is hugely subjective, is very, so we cannot have a very generalized ballpark figure for rent. So अगर हम इसमें rent include करते हैं तो हमारे cost थोड़ा सा बढ़ जाता है. So this is what.
I
But
got
this will basically give you a fair idea about the running cost vis-a-vis the revenue cost that we can generate from this.
So we have a few questions from Mihir Madeka. So Mihir, I think you have got the fair idea that what is the required investment, including the place and the construction. Teaching staff will be provided by you, or we have to appoint. So the teaching staff has to be a local staff, obviously, but Shrishti team is going to give complete hand-holding training and the curriculum guidance, and they are going to then do the regular audit and assessment so that the teachers who are appointed at your school are following the curriculum as per the day plan, and the result which is expected out of the child is there. So it's very well in place. The complete process is in place, Mihirji. So I think it gives you the answer. Then we have a question from Mr. Singh that how much is the total capex and space required for a play school, preschool, and also the middle school. So, Mr. Singh, you have got the answer for the play school and preschool that it needs about 12 to 15 odd lakh rupees to set up a school in a tune of 2,000 odd square feet site. And the breakup is also there in front of your screen. So you can share your number with us on the Q&A box itself, and our team is going to send you the presentation along with the capital sheet so that you can do the thorough understanding at your level, and we can also run you through again. For the middle school, obviously, the space is going to be a little more than what we need in a preschool. And obviously, the capital investment will also be different. But it will not be a much difference because it is just the space and the furniture that you need a little more. So while we are looking at 12 to 15 lakh rupees for the preschool, we are looking at about 20 to 25 odd lakh rupees for the middle school. It can go a little higher as well, but it is all subject to the size of the site and the kind of infrastructure that you want to build in. But the basic cost is about 20 odd lakh rupees that you need. We have another question, Abhishek ji, from Mr. Rohit Gupta, who is asking that please explain us the legal part of it. So would you like to please give us a little insight on the legal part?
Yeah. So I will break up the legal requirement into two parts. One is the legal requirement for a preschool and legal requirement for a primary school. So till 2 years back, preschool legal requirement in preschool was almost negligible because we were not considered as a formal school. We were, but once the new NEP is in place, now even a preschool is considered as part of a formal school. So now every preschool also has to register themselves, have a education society in place because you need to file for your affiliations. So affiliations are only given to an education society and not given to any entity other than an education society. So that's a basic legal requirement to run a preschool. So you need to have your education society in place, which is very easy to make nowadays. Everything is to be applied for online. We have a legal team that will do the legal requirements for anybody. And then once you do that, then you have to have a property in place. Once you have a property, then it has to be taken care in terms of the few things that we need to register. We need to register a property with the PWD department of that particular area, and a few other compliances that is required with couple of government departments. So that is required, and the affiliation is required from the local education body. So that is what is there for a preschool now. As far as the primary school is concerned, the legal requirement is slightly larger because here you are dealing with a larger property. Again, this has to be run into an education society. It has become a mandate now that you have to have an education society taking care of any primary school. Affiliations are mandatory. Initially, affiliations are given till 5th standard, and then you can gradually upgrade the affiliations as the classes keep increasing. So there is an inspection that every year that happens. RTE rules also apply to all the primary schools. Legal compliances of all the teaching staff and the support staff is also there, which is conducted by the required department. And again, compliances by four government departments, that is PWD, the electricity and other are there. So that is the legal requirement for this. Once the faculty number of faculty rises to more than 20, then we have to register as the society under the ESI also. That is also a mandate now. So that's what little legal requirements are.
So, Abhishek, I'm sure that this legal aspect is very, very localized as per the state rule, right?
Yes.
It cannot central.
It is very, very state specific, because states would have different rules, different, but these are the largest common legal compliances that I'm talking about. Rest on specific state, our legal team will come and work on that. That's not an issue.
Great. So, Gupta ji, you have the answer from Abhishek ji that they are going to give you a complete checklist of what legal aspect we have to manage, we have to take care, and obviously their team is going to give you all the hand-holding, because that's the beauty of joining hands with a established chain, because they already have dealt with all these aspects of their setting up a new business, and hence it will be a very, very easy affair for any new entrant into a category of preschool or for a primary school. So, Mr. Singh, thank you for so much for sharing your contact details. Aditya from my team is going to reach you and will share with you all the details. So, we have answered almost all the questions. Abhishek ji, we have covered about your brand, about you as a brain behind the brand, your vision, your mission, your support, the property requirement, the curriculum, the content, the legal, the finance. So I think the more or less information that is required in first place for any investor has already been shared from your.
And if there is any specific information that anybody needs, we can customize the information to their local area or their requirement, and we can share it if it is required. We are okay with that.
Sure, that's so nice of you. So nice of you. So, Arunima, do you have anything to add here?
That's it. Thank you so much. And whatever questions are there, we will our team will take it up. And dear participants, if still questions are remaining, if there are questions you haven't put up, you can write it us at our email ID shared, and our hotline number is also available. You can connect with us. So thank you so much, Abhishek ji. Thank you so much, Gaurav,
Thank you,
Aditya,
everyone.
and Raghav for joining us. And thank you, dear participants, for being with us. Now I'll share the details about the study. Just 1 second. So as you're aware, every day we come up with a new business opportunity. Tomorrow we are coming up with another brand called Is my screen visible? Give me yes if it's visible. So tomorrow again we are coming up with a business opportunity from the brand called Rajas Travel. And the registration links are already open. You can register to join here. So thank you everyone for joining us, and see you again on Monday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.